picture this scene from today's sources. You have two students from a nature and innovation class, Kesser and Steen, sitting in Oma's kitchen.
Right. Getting totally cozy.
Exactly. I mean, they are drinking hot tea, devouring freshly baked scones with homemade jam. But under the table, Steen is sneakily Googling the pink moon.
Which is just a great detail.
It really is. He wants to figure out how this moon actually changes the soil outside. So welcome to this deep dive where we are unpacking the mechanics of biodynamic farming, Oma's wisdom, and, well, cosmic rhythms based on our latest stack of research.
And what's fascinating here is that biodynamics goes way beyond, like, basic soil chemistry.
Yeah, it's not just playing in the dirt.
Not at all. I mean, if you're listening to this and wondering if biodynamics is just, agricultural astrology, just look at the actual moisture data in the topsoil leading up to a full moon.
Okay, let's unpack that sneaky Google search first.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Steen finds out the next full moon, at least for them over in the UK lands, on April 2, 2026. It is known as the pink moon.
Right.
And Oma's wisdom, which is totally backed by the biodynamic planting calendar, treats this as a huge deal. It sounds a lot like pushing someone on a swing.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
You know what I mean? You have to push with the natural momentum to maximize the energy. If you fight against the swing's path, you just get knocked over.
That is a really solid analogy for momentum matching. By aligning the farming with these specific waxing and waning lunar cycles, the whole goal is to amplify the life force in the soil.
Just because you're working with the earth, not just on it.
Exactly. When you cultivate living soil during these high-energy windows, the food that results actually has measurably increased vitality and nutrition, too.
Wait, I do have to push back here just a little bit.
Sure, go for it.
I mean, I get the moon moving oceans, obviously, but are we really saying the gravitational pull of a pink moon is strong enough to physically pull water up a tiny 2-inch seedling, like some giant glowing water magnet?
Well, definitely not a magnet. We're talking about gravity and pressure here, not magnetism. But think of it more like a localized pressure drop.
Okay.
As the full moon approaches, it minutely shifts the capillary action in the soil itself. So the full moon is this high moisture, high energy phase.
Meaning it literally draws water closer to the Earth's surface.
You've got it. That moisture pull aids in seed germination, and it visibly increases the sap flow within the actual plants.
So the plants are basically sitting in a rising tide of soil moisture.
Yeah, exactly. And because of this biophysical response, farmers have this really tight 48-hour window.
Right, the waxing phase right before the full moon.
Right. This period heavily favors above-ground growth.
Which makes it the absolute best time for sowing leafy greens. I mean, if the water is rising to the surface, you want your seeds right there to catch the wave.
Absolutely. And because sap pressure inside the plants is peaking then, it's also the ideal window for applying liquid fertilizers.
Because the plant's vascular system is just totally primed to absorb it.
Exactly. This is also when farmers apply specific biodynamic preparations to the soil, like BD number 501.
Which is horn silica, right?
Yes, horn silica.
I mean, horn silica sounds a bit esoteric. What is that actually doing to the plant?
Well, the logic here is that the finely ground quartz silica acts almost like a light receptor for the plant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. When you apply it as a mist during this high-energy lunar phase, it maximizes the plant's ability to photosynthesize and metabolize light.
So it's supercharging them.
Pretty much.
Yep.
It activates the compost microbes and boosts the plant's overall immunity right while it's already surging with the sap.
Realizing that food grown this way is meant to have this intentionally increased life force, it really makes you look at your own meals differently.
Oh, for sure.
It certainly makes you wonder about the vitality of that homemade jam on Oma's scones.
Definitely. I mean, as we connect this to the bigger picture, it just demonstrates how deeply interdependent plant and soil life are with the rhythms of the cosmos.
We aren't farming in a vacuum.
No, we're farming in an interconnected solar system.
Which brings up a pretty wild thought, honestly. If the moon can physically shift capillary action to pull sap up a blade of grass, how is that exact same lunar gravity acting on the biology of the human body?
Oh, that's a great point.
I mean, considering you are mostly made of water, right? Just something to chew on the next time you're having tea under a pink moon?